All right. I just want to get on and talk about a sci-fi series that I've been reading for the last year or two. Um, I just finished the third book in this series, and I'm not going to talk about that book, but I do want to talk about the series itself because if you are into sci-fi, space travel type stuff, this book might be up your alley. Um, this is called the Bobiverse series. And the first book in that series is called We Are Legion, We Are Bob. Um, it was first published in 2016, and the author is Dennis E. Taylor. The other thing before I forget, because I always forget to mention this, is if you have Kindle Unlimited, these books are on there, so you would be able to put these on your Kindle and read them if you were interested. Uh, so it's a sci-fi, and the main character's name is Bob. And he's a younger guy, 30s, and he's very successful. I think how it started out was is he kind of created some type of computer business in his garage, and it just blew up. And he just sold the business for just an ungodly amount of money. And this is all right in the very beginning of the book. It's all on the back of the book, so I'm not spoiling anything. But he sells the business, and now he's going to retire and enjoy life at 30 something. And pretty sure it's he steps off the curb. And ends up getting run over and dies. So you think, okay, where's this sci-fi? But what they ended up doing is he is now owned by the government, and he wakes up hundreds of years later. Not him personally, but his mind. When he got run over, they took him and froze him basically until they had the technology to do what they want to do here. And basically, it's like four major countries competing. There's been massive like civil war all over the place. I should say world war, not civil war. But there's four major nations, and all of them are trying to create what they're going to do to Bob. Basically, they build a spaceship. They put him in the spaceship in a computer, so his mind works just like it did on Earth. So he doesn't have a physical form, but his brain works, and he can continue to learn, pull from the past. It's just like you would be, just in your own human form, but he's now on a ship, in a computer, and they are sending him out into the universe to try to find places where they can humans can live. That's basically it. So that's the gist of the story. Something that I don't want to say it's too much of a spoiler, but basically to get around a lot of stuff that's hard to comprehend, they have what are they, 3D printers, and that's pretty much how they recreate pretty much everything when they're out in outer space. So what they end up doing is while they're traveling, well, I say they, it's just one Bob at this point, and they're not quite sure what other countries have been able to do the same thing. You will find out later in the story, but at the time, Bob is the only one known that is out there traveling, trying to find a place for people from, I think, like the United States to live. And along the way, they're able to like clone themselves. So you got Bob, and then he decides to make another Bob because there's things going on and he can't do it all. He needs to send somebody else into a different area in the universe. So when he creates another Bob, it's still Bob, but it's a different version of him. So like you got your original Bob, then you clone yourself and it's still the original Bob, but that Bob takes on a completely different perspective. So like if you're a jokester at times, that Bob might become a jokester. If you're completely serious at times, that Bob becomes completely serious. So it takes little nuances of who we are, and that's who the new Bob becomes. And the interesting thing is every time they clone another Bob, that Bob gets to decide his name. So it's pretty cool, man. What I will say is you start to get confused because there are just so many cloned Bobs, but they do a good job. Every chapter is of that cloned version of the original Bob. And I don't know. I just love the aspect of it. The stories themselves are kind of slow, but they always like end really well. Like it's kind of just life up until like three quarters, and then the main thing happens, and that's the action. That's where it all comes together, and that's typical of all three of the books that I've read. What I will say is it's kind of one of those things like you kind of fall in love with the character, so that's why I continue to keep reading it more so than anything else. The stories are great, I love it, but you just want to keep seeing how many more Bobs there are, where they're at in the universe. I don't know. It's if you're into sci-fi and you like space travel type stuff, I just want to get this book out there because it's so good. I'm not. I don't want to say I'm not a huge sci-fi. I do like it, but this is the type that I really like. So I just thought instead of telling you about book three, which would make no sense to anybody, I just wanted to let everybody know about this series. And yeah, it's on Kindle Unlimited. So if you want to give it a try, if you have that and you don't like it, then you didn't waste any money, right? So yeah, that's about it. Let me see, 6:35, not too bad. I might make another video right now because I'm really contemplating making some changes to this channel. Um, so yeah, I don't know if that might be a teaser for the next video, or it just might make no sense at all, because if I don't make that video, then you'll be wondering what the heck I'm talking about. But all right, we're encroaching. We're coming upon. It's almost. Oh, it's past 7 minutes. So, all right. Yeah, if you made it this far, I appreciate it. And yeah, please go check this book out, man. This series. Um, Highly recommend it. All right. Talk at y'all later. Bye.